Hello everyone, thank you for watching previous video. Now I would be recording few videos related to integration, which are basically based on REST. So, so why we need to understand or learn the integration? Because nowadays you will be seeing like integrating this system to another system so that this system records can be visible in another system, or this system can create some records in another system. So all these kind of requirement you would be seeing day to day. So most of the tools or systems basically supports web services. So I would like to talk about this web services related topics. So few videos you will be seeing on the same topic. Now web services in ServiceNow. So if we go through the overview of it, because it's required before jumping directly into the code. So to understand the requirement, to implement it clearly, you need to understand these concepts. So if we talk about web services, HTTP based web services allow diverse applications to talk to each other. So this line means like if you want to integrate ServiceNow with Jira, if you want to integrate ServiceNow with Slack, if you want to integrate ServiceNow with any other third-party tool, or even if you want to integrate two ServiceNow instances as well. So you can do so by web services. ServiceNow support both inbound, that means provider, and outbound, that means consumer web services. So what does this means exactly? So you need to remember and understand this inbound and outbound provider consumer concept very clearly, which because it is something which is kind of a starting point of the integration, which defines whether the integration is going to be one way or two way. So the provider or inbound. What we say inbound? Inbound means let's say we talk about ServiceNow and another third party tool. So if third party tool need to create few records, for an example, let's say incidents, and the third party tool, let's consider it as Jira. So if Jira need to create few incidents in ServiceNow, or like when a ticket is created in Jira, that should get created as a ticket or incident in ServiceNow. That is inbound for ServiceNow, but that doesn't define like it's inbound. Like if ServiceNow is receiving the data, so it's inbound. No. Inbound and outbound or provider or consumer concept, try to remember based on who will be publishing the web service. So as ServiceNow need to have some records or some incident from Jira, in this scenario ServiceNow need to publish its API. So when I say publish its API, ServiceNow need to share endpoint or visitor and authentication detail with Jira. So now, whosoever is publishing the API, that means sharing the endpoint or visitor with another tool, will be called as inbound side or provider. Don't get confused with the data with where data is flowing. So it's try to remember it with basis on who is sharing the API. So whosoever is sharing the API will be called as the provider or inbound in between two systems. Now coming to outbound. Outbound would be, or consumer would be, the tool which is consuming the API. Consuming means the endpoint or visitor and authentication detail provided by one tool. The another tool will be consuming that to do the allowed operations in the provider or inbound tool. So I hope you understood provider and consumer concept or inbound and outbound concept. So try to remember this part, provider and consumer. So now coming to who will be provider, who will be consumer. So if we are deciding like one-way integration, like Jira will create the ticket in incident, and there is no further communication from incident, like ServiceNow incident to Jira. Then it's a one-way communication. As Jira has just sent the ticket and no response is going this, or no, like incident is closed, it's not sending any update to Jira. So that is one way. In this scenario, ServiceNow is going to be inbound or provider, and Jira is going to be outbound or consumer. As ServiceNow will be publishing its API, whether it's SOAP or REST, you you can decide with, like, by talking to the other team, and as per your business requirement, you can decide whether you are using REST also. Based on that, you can share endpoint or visitor and authentication details. And the details which ServiceNow team is sharing will be consumed by Jira team to create the incident. So I hope this is clear. This is the first and important concept. Now, if ServiceNow also need to send the update back to Jira, means if incident is commented in ServiceNow, if incident is closed in ServiceNow, resolved in ServiceNow, or any other detail as per the business requirement, then ServiceNow will become now consumer or outbound, and Jira will become the inbound. So in brief, if both the tool, like both way communication is there, like first Jira is sending the ticket to ServiceNow, and then on the same ticket ServiceNow is sending update to the Jira, then both tool will act as a provider and consumer. Like for creation part, ServiceNow will as a entire inbound, and Jira will act as outbound. For update part, now Jira will act as provider, and ServiceNow will act as consumer. So I hope this is clear to you now. Now coming to when we say inbound, which type of things which you can configure in ServiceNow, and when you are acting as an outbound, what you can configure. So for inbound or provider, you can have direct web services in ServiceNow, import set web services in ServiceNow, scripted web services. So in detail, we will be covering in further videos. For the consumer part or outbound, you can configure outbound REST web services or outbound REST messages, and outbound SOAP web services or SOAP messages, based on which protocol both the teams decided to use. Next, REST API. If we talk about like brief details of REST API. So REST API, it's called as representational state transfer, is a simple stateless architecture that provides standards between computer system on the web, making it easier to them to communicate with each other. So like previous slide, we were also discussing uh, same things, like to come enable two system communicate with each other for exchanging the data. So basically, web services allows you to communicate between two systems using two protocols or methods, that is REST and SOAP. So here we are talking about REST. Now platform, that means ServiceNow platform, provides various REST APIs which are active by default. These API provides the ability to interact with various ServiceNow functionality with your application. So such functionality include ability to perform create, read, update, and delete, that is code operations on existing table APIs. So this means ServiceNow provides you few APIs which allows you to interact with your application. That means you can interact with the incident application, problem, change, demand, or any other application as per your business need. Interaction means creating the records in the tables of that application, updating the records based on certain business requirement, deleting the record, or getting the data from those tables of application. Now here is the sample of one of the endpoint. We will be covering it in detail later. SOAP API, Simple Object Access Protocol, is an XML-based protocol for accessing web service over HTTP. One can use SOAP API to perform create, update, and delete operations. So either you can use SOAP or REST based on like what both tools are supporting or what like is suitable for your business case or business requirement. Both team can mutually decide which protocol of web services you are going to use. So things differ based on protocol. So like if we talk about you decided to use REST, then you need to share the endpoints and authentication detail. If you decided to use SOAP, then you will be sharing the WSDL and authentication detail. So this is an example of how a WSDL look like. So here, this is kind of WSDL of incident direct web service. So you can use it like instance name then servicenow.com/incident.do, and then your just at the end you need to put WSDL. This is one of the WSDL for incident. Now further, both the protocols have its like methods which you can use to create, update, delete, or get the records. So this is how you can use web services and enable the communication between two tools. Now post again has its method. Post has like, sorry, not post, it's about REST. So REST has methods called post, put, patch. So these kind of methods are available, which we will be covering in the further videos. So thank you for watching this video. I will record the next video on this topic. And thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe